Good morning, America. How are you? I'm Andy Mitchell. Welcome to AM in the Morning, the only morning television show where the host wears a hat, and I am wearing a hat today representing the New York Knicks. The NBA season is about to start up here pretty soon. Today I have a great guest, a good friend of mine, Conrad Tirinnanzi. Conrad, how are you doing?
Doing good. How are you?
I'm good. You know, for the people at home, I know a little bit about you, but can you tell the people at home a little bit about yourself?
I would love to.
Yeah.
I would love to.
Of course.
Yeah. Well, so I'm from D.C.
What does that stand for?
District of Columbia.
I always thought it was a place where dogs and cats lived.
Well, they do live there as well. They do.
So it's not dog cat.
It's cats and dogs.
Is that CD?
Well, that's something you put into the radio, play some music maybe.
You put cats and dogs in the radio.
Well, that's one way to look at it.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. See, language is a very tricky thing, my friend. You know,
Yeah.
you could. It's the world we live in. We can make it up as we go along. You know.
Speaking of making it up, I just made up a mighty fine cup of the best Joe in town, I would say. This is Maxwell House. It's a great sponsor of ours
money
today.
can buy.
Maxwell House is great coffee, you know? Thank you very much, sir.
Absolutely.
I
Just say
do
when.
appreciate. Oh, when will it end? When will it end?
You
when
got it
will
all,
it
buddy.
end? Let me tell you something.
got
I
it
got a good
all.
friend of Joe, a good
Cheers.
friend named Joe.
Yeah.
And so one time I had a cup of Joe with Joe. It was really ironic, right?
Get out of town, Joe.
Yeah.
That's my cousin.
Cheers.
Hey, I don't got anything in here, but
This is the biggest cup of coffee I ever had. Woo!
that tastes really
That's a scorcher.
bad.
It's like peanuts and gravy.
Yeah.
So, you know, I think the last time I saw you, we were at a penthouse, I believe.
Yeah.
And
My house
it was, not your house. You had broken in.
wasn't my house.
You had climbed in from the third story.
right.
And you were cutting a mean rug that night, dancing with all the ladies. I saw you out there. And I didn't know you were a dancer, personally. And I got my hands on some great footage of you actually dancing, I believe, in your younger days.
No way, Jose.
Yeah, I think it is you. I think it is.
Let's run it then, buddy.
Let's try it.
Ask me how I know it's me. Surprise. Put it in the air. Rip where you stay. Take a step back, blow the cushion.
Beautiful, beautiful man.
Wow.
Beautiful
How
kid.
old were you think, right there?
You know, it's hard
Like
to put
7
my finger on it.
10, 7?
I was like, what, 3 years old?
3? Yeah, I was going to say, you look pretty young in that.
Yeah.
You look 3 or so.
How about that? How about that?
How about that? Yeah, you're a talented 3-year-old. I'll tell you what. When I
Thanks,
was
bro.
3, I could barely even walk. My parents were just starting me on the. I think I was reading the Bible at 3. It was not impressive at all. You know, it was wild. I read the Gutenberg Bible at 3.
You say the Bible, it's very interesting.
The Quran, the Torah, all religious books.
This outfit you have on is reminiscent of a Catholic school uniform, so I see.
My mother was a Catholic daughter. My father was an ordained priest. My great uncle was a cardinal. My grandfather was a bishop, and I'm a pawn.
In your pawn, okay.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
yeah. So you know what,
Okay.
Conrad? I don't want to cut you off there. Another cheers
For old time's sake.
for old time's sake. Back in the, back, remember that, yeah. So, thank you for coming on. I really appreciate it.
Always
I
a
hope to see
pleasure.
you again. It's always good to have you as a guest. And for you in the audience, go out and follow our Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at AM in the Morning. Visit us at aminthemorning.com, http://www, and go and follow us on all of there and stay updated. Thank you again for coming out. Hope you have a beautiful day. It's supposed to be a gorgeous one out there. And I hope you have a good one too.
You too, my man.